Hey! Hoya! We have Brock, Wildcat 626.
Yeah.
Feels like the end is near, but Ramblers never fear. Jerry and Eddie will finish the game, taking nasty, kicking names. Jerry's a retro gaming guy, his harmonica will make you cry. Since your joy, your eyes will twinkle. Shout out to Bishop Bullwinkle. Lower the cage, let's get rough. So ain't that tough enough? All the best of the present of the past, all while kicking cancer's ass. No need to go too long. Shut up and enjoy the song. Reap the whirlwind, reap it! Look at that. Brock, Wildcat 626.
Brock.
Which means unless we get a new one, Ron Clift is next. The Ron Clift is Friday's Ramble Radio. Unless we somehow get lyrics between now and when we tape. There it is.
Right.
So welcome to the Ramble, your Geek's Guide to Pop Culture. This is episode 440. We're the Geeks. I'm a comedian. I'm a cancer fighter. Video game sommelier?
Yeah, probably
Yeah?
sommelier.
Yeah?
That's the word. That's the word I would use.
Who
sommelier?
wouldn't? Jerry Rocha. And right over there, we got the one and only.
Comedian podcaster Eddie Pence.
Oh, man. And look at us. Here we are.
Look at us. Right here.
Ramble 440. We're going to geek out on some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Eddie has no idea what I'm geeking out over. I have no idea what Eddie's geeking out over.
Oh, I got to find something to geek out over.
Maybe my geek out could turn into your geek out.
Maybe.
Has that
possibly.
Has that ever happened?
Oh, I have something to geek out. I have to go grab it though to geek out.
Well, there it is. See, now we know. All right, so go ahead. I will. I will do our. Yeah. And also, we have no idea why. Well, that in the last Ramble Radio, Eddie could not hear me, but everyone else could. We don't know what the fuck happened. We have some theories. We'll talk about that when Eddie gets back. But we have some theorems as to why that could have happened. I don't know, but we can get into it. But Eddie, real quick, do you want to get into the theories of why?
I think it needs to be addressed.
Why the audio, you couldn't hear me even though everyone else could? And we're thinking we're getting too big for StreamYard.
Maybe we
I think we're getting. They are trying to stop us now. They're clearly
maybe we should take our business to Signal.
Yes, Signal's where it's at. Where it's at. Thank God.
Everyone can communicate clearly over there.
Easily. I'm just so happy that no crazy scandal has hit this administration yet. This
completely competent administration.
So competent. Oh, look at him. So we're gonna have the finger blast song of the day. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do the Super Nintendo game that should have been, and then we're gonna go who would win in a hair match. Ted Koppel, Sam Donalds. I think I figured out where all this fucking coughing is coming from,
too. A lot of coughing going on.
This for like the past 2 months.
Yeah, dude.
So my doctor thinks it's I just think it's a unfortunate permanent side effect of chemo. So this time, hopefully as it gets warmer, it'll end. But yeah, just like so it's like, oh, fucking lovely. But hey, we're here. If the audio snafu won't stop us, coughing ain't gonna stop us. I'll tell you that.
Coughing ain't gonna stop us for sure.
This is man. Man, Eddie, my geek out is oh, by the way, subscribe to the Ramble, 5-star rating, positive text review, just so we don't think you're a chump. And we also have a TeePublic merch page where you can buy Ramble gear, just like JoJo the Fist did. Showed off his awesome new Ramble t-shirt. We are on Instagram at Podcast Ramble. You can email us at Ramble at the Ramble Pod, and you can see our lovely faces on YouTube at the Ramble Tube, and then our TeePublic page. So there's that. Eddie, this geek out is. I don't know if you remember. This particular issue of Wizard, the magazine for comic book. It was like the Rolling Stone of comic
I remember
books.
Wizard for sure. Yeah,
I think it ended up being run by a piece of shit, if I'm not mistaken. The guy
most
running
cool things were in the 80s. In the
most
80s, most things that we loved ended up being run by pieces of shit.
Right.
Vince McMahon.
That might be the biggest. That might be the
yeah.
biggest.
Might be
Because
the
you
biggest.
and I weren't fans of the New Jersey Hitmen, so Donald Trump doesn't count with, or whatever. What was the New Jersey team he owned in the USFL? Is it the Hitmen
that helped run it into the fucking ground?
Purposely. Great book by Jeff Pearlman called Football for a Buck. All about how Donald Trump just purposely destroyed the USFL. But there is Wizard Magazine. I remember one issue, and I can't stop thinking about this. I don't know what made me think about it in the first place, but I'm just like, man, could it be? And it's so stupid, but I'm like, fuck, could it be? Wizard Magazine did an X-Men bonanza, right? They did, it was an issue that was like, it's all about the fucking X-Men. And they interviewed several creators who have worked on the X-Men since the beginning. And they would ask them, like, what's something you know about the X-Men that no one else does? Great question. Great question. And I forgot who the fuck it was, but one writer goes, Wolverine is Beast's dad. They're the same hair. Exact same haircut. He goes, Wolverine is, what, a couple of 100 years old? How many affairs has he had? How many women has he slept with?
How many different species has he fucked?
Beast? I'm into this. This needs to be... Marvel should have been like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Because I always thought it was weird how Wolverine and Beast had the same... Once Beast went blue, pretty much him and Wolverine had the same fucking haircut.
Same fucking hair.
Same hairdo. There's something to this.
Is there something to it, or is it just lazy drawing? Is it just a lazy...
I'm thinking reason would dictate your thought. Reason would dictate, yes, it's just someone being lazy. But now, as a fan of the X-Men, I'm like, how cool will that be if Wolverine and Beast were Pappy?
Because he's got even the fucking big chops that come down. He's just...
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It could have been, maybe, and I forgot who it was. Maybe this was the guy who started drawing Beast that way. For that reason. To be like, you know what? I'm dropping hints.
Fuck it.
I'm dropping hints. Wolverine's his daddy. That's... this is all I want now. I want an entire cartoon about this. I want this. I just.
Do you think Wolverine, throughout his hundreds of years of living, and obviously just throwing it around everywhere he got a chance to throw it around,
wherever he could,
Will Chamberlain still bigger numbers in one lifetime?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Wolverine wasn't famous.
Yeah.
Wolverine didn't win.
He had to work for all that poon. He had to work for it. Wilt it was just
showed up
on the door.
Wilt just like, I'm Wilt fucking Chamberlain. Here we go.
It was just knocking on it. It was knocking on the door.
He just take it here.
Wolverine had to put the effort in. I mean, he was 5'2", hairy. I mean, it took a lot of work.
How many? We a temper. There's not much.
Weird haircut.
A temper, hairy. There's not much to 5'2". Now he's my favorite character in comic books. I'm gonna say this, probably shitty taste in music. I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that. I could, I could see him like really liking. If you could only see the way she loves me, maybe you would understand. Like I could see
driving on his motorcycle, listen to that, crying.
Yeah, crying. It's not out of the realm of possibility, Eddie, that would be the case. When she says so, yeah, I think I gotta go Wilt. I have to. I
One
think
lifetime Wilt.
One lifetime Wilt. Oh man, and did it in what, a third of the time Wolverine did, which is even more impressive.
Yeah,
had a third of the if that, maybe less.
I mean, if you think about, maybe he started. Maybe give him the benefit of the doubt. Started uber young at like 14, 15. Maybe he was a stud at 14, 15. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And then he was probably active for the next 50 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
So about 50 years. He did in about 50 years.
Wolverine's been around.
Wolverine can't do
200,
in 300-400 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever Wolverine.
Not with Wilt. That's. Whew.
I'm gonna say he probably lapped him a few times.
I'm gonna say this. You ready for some real controversial takes?
Yeah.
Batman / Bruce Wayne, maybe 3 times. Maybe.
Well, you got Vicky Vale. You got Catwoman, probably.
Catwoman and then Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy was done with that. She was like,
she was done.
Never mind. This
and Catwoman was the aggressor in that one. That wasn't Batman going after it.
Maybe you could just argue she's insane.
Yeah.
So
3. We got 3, right? Maybe. And maybe throw in like some weird college experience.
Right. Something 4 tops. I mean, Wonder
Alfred
Woman maybe drunk.
When he was a kid.
Right. Alfred. So 5. Alfred. That's 5.
And then he diddled Robin, so 6. We'll go 6.
6. Well, 9 because there's been a few Robins.
Okay, so you got to tag all the Robins.
Yeah. Even the one that was his kid. I'm not kind of all
so
right.
9, respectable numbers, but still the way you got them.
Not compared to Wolverine or Wilt.
Oh no, not even close.
I mean, Jesus Christ, that's not even. This is no. I mean, Jesus. Wolverine, if he's on a team, he will end up fucking one of the female members of that team.
Yeah.
It's just without question.
It's going to happen.
Yes. And Batman, I'm going to say worse taste in music than Wolverine.
Really?
I'm going to say Big Creed Imagine Dragons guy is Batman. That's what I'm going to. Dare I say Batman is really into They Who Must Not Be Named. 922 minus.
I could see that. I could see
922 minus 611. Is that right?
Blaring that in the Batmobile.
Yeah, just cranking that. So, I was geeking out, Eddie.
Yeah.
Over that. And look where it led. I was overdue. It was Wolverine's Beast father. I don't see how he's not now, though. The more I think about how is he not?
It's intriguing. Worth investigating.
It's intriguing. This could be something. It doesn't really change much, but it's more of that's kind of interesting.
It's interesting.
Don't you think?
Especially if they never know. If Wolverine never knows that's his son.
If he never knows that's his kid. There's the Thing probably gets more poon than Batman.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because people want to fuck a rock. They're just like, oh my god, I gotta.
It's a weird fetish thing.
How do you do that?
Right. I mean, granted they're like weird goth chicks, but the Thing is still.
But it's Batman. It's like a rubber suit. You know he smells under that.
You know that thing stinks.
It doesn't breathe.
He's gonna fucking before he splooges. He's got to go to his parents' grave and leave some more flowers. Like enough with this guy.
It's the only way you can climax.
It's the only...
He leaves some flowers on his parents' grave.
Can I tell you something? Sorry, as good as the Tim Burton Batman movie was.
Yeah.
Do you know what doesn't hold up? Personally. It's the Joker's "You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight." Like, who would say that?
It is shoehorned in there.
What? Who's gonna? So did he do that to the parents? Because by logic,
he did it when he shot the parents, and then when he says it later on. That's where Batman Michael Keaton recognizes.
He tells Bruce Wayne that. He goes, "Tell me, kid." But the way he says it, his parents were his prey too. So it should have been, "Hey, Mr. Wayne, you ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?" Boom. "Hey, Mrs. Wayne, you ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?" So
he delivers to everybody individually?
That's what he says. I always say.
Like Jules from Pulp Fiction? He gives the whole speech?
The parents were already dead. The parents were already dead when he tells it to Bruce Wayne. So
that's true.
He doesn't... Why didn't he do that to Jack Palance? Right? You ever dance
Maybe he
with
doesn't
the
do
devil
it
by the pale moonlight?
To every victim.
He says that's why I always ask that of all my prey.
Or what about at the end there in the parade when he shoots Bob? He doesn't just go, "Hey, Bob.
Bob, you ever dance with the
Boom.
Bob, when he starts running, he's like, "Oh, fuck yeah, I know what's coming. Fuck this."
Or when he's gassing the whole city. He doesn't get on the loudspeaker. Hey, everybody, listen up.
Gotham, people of Gotham, you ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight? And that is like that is such God, best case, sophomore in high school poetry level writing.
Best case.
You ever dance?
It is definitely shoehorned in there, so later on, Michael Keaton can hear him saying,
like,
"Oh my God, it's the same
That's
guy."
the guy who killed my mammy and my pappy. I'm the world's greatest detective, y'all. Hey, hold on a second. Well, wait just a goddamn minute. Guess what?
Wait
the
a
world's
second.
greatest
He
detective
said that.
just found.
And then that guy that killed my parents said that.
Hey, must
I
be
wonder.
the same feller. I'm just saying the Batman movies, Keaton ones did the best job of it, but
yeah,
they've all forgotten the whole detective angle. That's
been gone for a while. It's been gone for a while.
They've all forgotten that, and that's what made him fun. It was like, what if Sherlock Holmes is kind of goofy, puts on a suit, fights a bunch of
like
weirdos?
A bat. Sherlock Holmes dresses like a bat.
It's fucking genius. That's genius. It's anyway, Eddie. Wolverine Beast Dad, you're in with this?
Yeah, I'm in with that.
I'm
going to geek out over. These just got delivered yesterday.
Oh God. Oh, Prince. Oh. The Prince Zizor himself.
Prince Zizor from Shadows of the Empire, the new release from Star Wars Black Series.
The book and the game. Man.
Book, game, toy line, soundtrack, everything but the film. We got everything but a film.
I got to be honest. This was one of the better jobs of a villain that wasn't a mainline Star Wars film villain the way they looked. They did a real good job with him.
Look at him. Dope.
Looks
that robe.
Fucking incredible.
And the thing is, his whole thing was he could just seduce anybody. That was his thing. And he almost got Leia in the sack. He almost got Leia in the sack, if you
almost
remember.
Got the Lele. Almost did.
He puts out some sort of pheromone that they just can't even...
That's right. He almost
The Wilt Chamberlain of his time,
Of
probably?
Star Wars? Of a galaxy far, far away?
Prince Zizor is probably the Wilt Chamberlain of Star Wars.
It worked on anybody. Han would have fucked him, right? Had he been
Han
would
have fucked him. Yeah.
Chewbacca. He's Chewbacca.
Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt would have gone down on him. I would say Prince Zizor probably the Wilt Chamberlain of his time.
I'm trying to think. In Star Wars, they're all kind of dorks. So it's probably him when it comes to, because like...
What Disney should do
Yeah.
is take the story from Shadow of the Empire and animate it and make it an animated film.
Who says no to this?
Why do you not do this?
Who's upset by something like that?
It's a $1 billion idea. Make an animated film of Shadows of the Empire. We're going to get more Leia. We'll get Luke. We'll get little Han. We'll get Dash.
Yeah. Dash Rendar.
I mean, like, we get so much if you just make this an animated film.
Now, was Dash, I don't remember. Did you read the book? I haven't read the book.
I did read the book.
I have it, but I've never read it. Was Dash a major player in the book like he was in the game?
Yeah.
Or was he? Okay.
Yeah.
It was a Dash
very
Rendar
much him.
vehicle. Right.
Yes. Everybody else, like, Leia had a big role. Luke had...
Right.
And then the rest, I think Luke was off looking for Han a lot. I think they were all looking for Han because it was after Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
But like Chewie and Luke, they were there, but they were in the periphery. Like the main guy was Dash. Dash was like.
So, if we want to just say Han Solo is the Michael Jordan of Star Wars, not a stretch, right?
No.
Is Dash Rendar is he the Clyde Drexler?
Might Clyde the Glide?
Close, but right?
Well,
hey,
maybe
2 rings.
Maybe
2 rings.
He got 2. Only he had to go to Houston to get him.
He had to go
couldn't do it in Portland.
No,
he couldn't do it in Portland on his own.
No. He needed to team up with Akeem.
You had to team him up with somebody.
And I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but not only Akeem, but Big Shot Rob didn't hurt. Having Big Shot Rob there, having Sam Cassell there didn't hurt. Having Kenny the Jet Smith there didn't hurt.
No.
Fuck, having Mario Ellie didn't hurt. Now, granted, Clyde probably still the second best player on that team, but
he was also on the downside of his career at that point. He wasn't the Clyde.
He was ring chasing. He was ring
Yeah.
chasing. He was like, "This is how I'm going to do it." Fucking Jordan's retired. I got this.
I got my window.
So Dash Rendar, the Clyde Drexler of Star Wars.
Might be the Clyde. You could probably pencil him as the Clyde for sure.
You know who doesn't get enough love? Crix Madine, or whatever the fuck his name is.
General Nadine?
General Nadine. The Nades. Deans. I didn't know who the fuck he was till the Rogue Squadron game for the GameCube came out. In every mission, General Crix Nadine wants you to do that. Right. I'm like, who the fuck is
Well, did you know this is a fact.
Guy from Return of the Jedi.
This is something I saw. He didn't have a beard.
Yes, they had to stick one on him, the actor.
Because the action figure, they made the action figure with the beard and it was already in production. So they're like, oh, the actor has to have a beard.
Fuck us. Yeah, we're gonna
so that's why his beard looks so fucking shitty in the movie.
Why wasn't he mentioned or CGI'd or anything in Rise of Skywalker? I have my theory, Eddie. Do you? But I'm just wondering. Do you want to take a stab, or is it okay if I give my theory?
Go for it. What's your theory?
Me too'd him out of there.
You think he got me too'd?
He got me.
Who do you think he me too'd?
Probably one of Han and Leia's kids. Probably why they turned to the dark side. Is Crix Nadine was, you know what I mean? He looks a little Me Too-ish. He looks a little predatory. I don't know.
Let's see. I have an idea who I think he might have Me Too'd.
Okay.
I'm trying to find a photo of him.
You know, Yaddle doesn't count because you can't Me Too.
No, I know Yaddle does not count. Yaddle's long gone by this point.
Right.
Let's see. He's in. Because my first assumption wants to be he diddled an Ewok. But then I don't think the Rebel Alliance.
Yes.
I don't think the Rebel Alliance thought the Ewoks were human, so I think they all just did whatever they wanted to with the Ewoks at that after party. I think it was just a free-for-all at the after party.
And he thought, no one's going to notice. I'm good. No one gives a fuck about these things anyway. I got this. I'm shooting my shot. And
I can't find the one I was thinking.
That's...
All right.
But you think an Ewok. You're gonna go
I think for sure an Ewok. Maybe the Ewoks got together and filed some sort of class action thing.
But Crix made it like fuck. He was such a good general, but we can't have this. You know?
Oh.
I don't know.
Can't find it. But
now it's time for the Finger Blast song of the day. Are you
sure?
ready?
Sure is.
Now, Eddie, I'm bringing one that is very, very. This is. You're in dangerous territory for it going way further.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to use some restraint.
Well, I want your take on this. Or did I pick one? They're like, sorry, buddy, but the fingering's over 30 seconds into this, and we're boinking. Hey, love. Hi, girl. Andre Life is back. All right, yeah, we're going down. So, Andre, what do you think? Is this a Finger Blast song, or is it just a lovemaking song? Okay, you ready? Okay, she's an expert on both of these things. Call in the expert. It's a joke, babe.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, you ready? I have the Manhattans. Honey, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. Huh? I'm gonna be right there where you are till my dying day. What do you think, honey?
Neither.
Oh, stop it! It's one of the two.
It's a lovely slow dancing song.
She's just slow dancing.
That's a finger blaster, then.
Prude.
That's a finger blaster.
Prude.
Finger blaster.
What do you think, Eddie? Honey, you
I think it's finger. I don't know if you run the risk of actually going to pound.
You don't think you run the risk on that one?
No, I don't think. I think.
But
it's finger blast.
She might be right. It might start off as a slow dance.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna leave. Yeah.
What is this? You're at your daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen when you're slow dancing with your wife. It's sorry.
Yeah. In front of everyone.
In front of everyone. You can't help it. Eddie, what's your pick? So you say finger blast.
I think that's a finger blaster. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you're
right.
in too much trouble there. I'm going He Needs Me by Shelley Duvall from the Popeye soundtrack.
Jesus Christ. That's a great one.
He needs me, he needs me, he needs me.
It's very like you don't think of it, you don't see it coming.
No.
I know we're in the middle of March Madness. It's like the Cinderella of Finger Blast songs.
It might be. It's no
just
one
like,
thinks of it. You
whoa,
turn it
shit.
on. Next thing you know.
Next thing you know, there's a 10 seed in the Final Four. Right? Like, you're like, what the fuck happened here? What happened here? There's a 12 seed in the Elite Eight. What just happened?
What is happening?
I like that. I like that. That's, yeah. Oh, that's a great one, dude. That's a great one. Speaking of the Final Four, I was watching, getting in the mood for March Madness.
Sure.
I saw the Leitner Duke shot.
Oh, yeah.
In the Elite Eight, where
classic
son of Dallas Cowboy great Grant Hill. I'm going to say he probably, can I just put this out there? Grant Hill probably grew up having Roger throw him a few plays on the field, throw him a few passes.
Well, Grant Hill went to my rival high school.
Did he really?
Yes, in Reston, Virginia. He played in Reston, Virginia.
So since his dad was a Cowboy for a minute, I wonder if maybe he had Staubach throw him a spiral or two.
Maybe when he was little down there on the field.
And that's how he was able to. Because Leitner doesn't hit that shot without Grant Hill's pass. That's maybe one of the greatest cross-court passes you'll ever fucking see.
Yeah, if that pass isn't on the money, that shot doesn't happen.
It was on, and then so, but
more difficult pass than was shot. More difficult pass than shot.
Because he just had he had a foot on his defender, Leitner.
Yeah, he just turned around and shot it. He was inside the paint. He was inside the paint, wasn't he?
If not, he was right at the top of the key. If not, right inside the paint. It was almost a free throw. It was where he was. Now, Vern Lundquist, I think, is the one who calls that. That's just. I mean, huh? Do you think some Stall of Fame happened right there at that booth when Leitner made that shot? Yes, he got it. And just a flood. I'm just putting that out there. I mean, so now we finger blasted, we've geeked out.
Yep.
Eddie, this is pretty much a complete ramble.
We've done a lot.
But now we have the Super Nintendo game that should have been. Jack Nicklaus explains why he's a conservative. It's the cover. Is the cover him putting a Masters jacket on Tiger Woods, but just having a very uncomfortable smile? Like is it one of those?
Right. And is he leaning in, and then there's like a thought bubble? He's like, "You're one of us now." Like just
right. You better vote Republican. Thank God you're going to be MAGA. Huh? You're not. You're one of us now. What do you think is there any golf at all in this game?
Very little. I think very little. I think you're in a golf cart quite a bit, but I don't think you're actually playing golf. I think there's a lot of golf cart driving.
Do you see this as like a real-time strategy? Is it a shooter? Is it a
I think what has happened is some street thugs, a la Double Dragon, have kidnapped his prized golf clubs, taken them to a very bad part of the city, and he is in his golf cart driving through the city, and he is just throwing out. He's got Molotov Arnold Palmers, and he lights them. And that's how he's throwing those out. Those explode. Arnold Palmer's made with gasoline, and he's fucking tossing those. And he's got to fight his way through the inner city to get his golf club.
So what's level 1? Is it just a giant food stamp, like a mutated food stamp?
I think he goes into a Social Security office.
Is that level 1?
He goes to the Social Security office to find one of the lower-level thugs that's getting food stamps.
Right.
And maybe the wife of a low-level thug who's getting food stamps. Interrogates her, and that's when the big giant food stamp comes out, and he's got to beat the
mutated food stamp, and he's
right. He's fucking, and then he gets the information from the mom, and then you go deeper into the hood.
You go to the next level,
right? I think you go all the way through various levels of bad neighborhoods until you get to the gang-infested area. You have to fight and claw your way through, and to get to your golf clubs. You save your golf clubs.
Yes, you have to.
A la Double Dragon, right?
Right.
And then you find out that it was Arnold Palmer himself who stole your golf
clubs. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So Palmer now you have to battle.
Palmer went woke.
So now you got to battle Arnold Palmer, right?
And his dick. And that giant dick of his.
His massive hog. That it sneaks out and it wraps around. It'll just pop you and then go back away. Like you have to learn how to jump around it, right?
There's a pattern to it. And Trump is your caddy and he's your helper. But he gets so mesmerized by Palmer's dick that it's hard for him. In that scene, he's just so enthralled by Arnold Palmer's cock that it's hard. And then I think after every level, Nicholson gives an explanation as to why food stamps are bad. Right?
So the Social Security net is a bad thing.
Right. There's a picture of Nicholson.
Because if you give them free food and money, they won't work hard enough.
Right. You give
a lot of that speech.
It's a 16-bit Jack Nicklaus. And then the words come up.
And it's give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish,
right?
He'll eat for a life. That whole spiel.
And then if you can get through the entire game with no deaths, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess this: no death or no continue. We're gonna put it. I want you to decide. Okay. If you get through with either no dying or no continues. You get a secret ending where Jim Nance jerks off to the entire. Okay. You get a secret ending where Jim Nance just jerks off to the entire game that happened. Like it's just Jim Nance, just wow, what a man, Nicholas.
What a man.
And he's jerking.
What a true competitor. What a true competitor. Wow.
And he's just jerking off to You say no deaths or no continues?
I think no continues. You're going to get some deaths because you're in gang-infested territory. It's going to be hard not to in your golf cart. And then I think at the end of the game, he grabs his golf clubs and he's at the tee box, and that's when 16-bit Jack Nicholson looks to the camera, and then it reads, "And that's why I'm a conservative."
Right.
The whole story proves to you
and
why he's a conservative.
He's just holding a golf trophy like this. Oh fuck! I think one of the mini games, like one of the mini games, like in Street Fighter 2, where you had to bash the car and shit like that. You know? Or test your might in Mortal Kombat. It's just his face as he's driving past Mexicans having a birthday party in a public park. And you have to keep some semblance of a fake smile, like as he's just like.
It can't go into a look of disgust. It's got to stay some sort of smile.
Like you have to button mash fast enough. Fuck. Is this a rental or a purchase, Eddie?
I think it's a purchase because I think they want this in every home in America and white America.
Yeah.
They want
this does it come with? Do they give it away at every church? Does every church service in 1992 end with everyone just being handed a copy?
Look under your pews, everybody. Look under your pews.
Super Nintendo. We know it's real popular, and we want to keep your children on the right path. Who better than to teach them the ways is Jack Nicklaus, the greatest golfer who's ever lived. Oh, man. So... Now, the steel cage is lowered. This is a hair match. Ted Koppel, in their primes, of course. Aren't they both even still alive? I don't even know. I think Donaldson is like 90. Koppel's like 80.
Yeah, I think they're both still alive.
Who do you got coming out of this? The hair match with... Do we have a special guest referee? Or is it... I mean, hair matches usually, they tend to.
They tend to, especially match usually has some sort of special referee or somebody in somebody's corner.
Hugh Downs again. If Hugh Downs is in the ring, they're both fucked. Don't we agree on that, right? Like Hugh Downs just does his finisher on both of them at once. He does like the double stunner. He just takes one on each and then just stuns them both and they're gone. If it's Hugh Downs. If it's Hugh Downs.
For sure.
If it's Hugh Downs.
But then you have Koppel's in the ring, and then you have they're both in the ring. They start both in the ring, right?
Yeah. Can't
Both
tell you
of
how
them are afraid. Go for it.
Can't tell you how it starts.
Okay.
I think Donaldson calls for the show of strength.
Okay. I like it.
Right? And then when Koppel clasps, Donaldson kicks him right in the nuts. He does the cheap shot. I think Donaldson does the cheap shot on Koppel right in the nuts. I think that's how it starts. Right? Koppel calls for this. And then actually, Koppel's coming at Donaldson, and Donaldson drops to his knees and does the prayer thing, right? He does a prayer thing, and then Koppel like eases up, and then that's when Donaldson cheap shots him in the balls. That's what I think it opens.
Right.
And he tries to go for a quick pin, right? And it's one, and then Koppel kicks out, even though he's still, in agony.
They're fighting. Now, at this point, does a hot Spitfire Brian Williams come? The young Spitfire Brian Williams comes down.
Him? Whose side is he on, though?
We don't know. We just know he is the youth movement in the company.
Oh, shit.
And so he thinks it's his time. And the old guard of Koppel, they're not ready to hand it over yet. So maybe now do they join forces against the young group?
Forces? And
is this enough to get them to agree?
So what I think happens is so one thing we've added, the razor is up on the top of the ring. It's hanging down. So that's what I think. Donald Koppel is working over Brian Williams. Donaldson climbs the ring, ignores the razor, and just does a holy shit, just moonsault.
Like a swanton bomb from the top.
Just bam, right on Brian Williams. And it's like, and everyone's like, oh God, like what's going to happen? And Donaldson and Koppel and everybody's cheering and they both then they shake hands and it's like, ah! And then they just start stomping Brian Williams. But then, bum, bum, ba, ba, or whatever. And then fucking Lester Holt, a young Lester Holt comes charging into the ring with a chair.
To save Brian Williams.
This is...
Now you got a full-on youth movement against the old guard.
It's 2-on-2.
Ring.
It's 2-on-2.
2-on-2.
Now. It's 2-on-2. At this point, they're all bloodied now, right? At this point, they're all bloodied. It's all it's a bloodbath, right? Like it's bats with barbed wire on them, right? It's, Donaldson body slams Lester Holt onto thumbtacks, and then.
Now, as special guest ring announcer, is Drunk Hoda in the corner?
Oh shit!
She's sitting in the corner, special guest ring, and you think she's passed out. But maybe she starts to wake up and she stumbles into the ring. Drunk Hoda from Good Morning America.
And whose side is she on, Eddie?
We don't know. She doesn't know. She just starts swinging wildly because she's hammered.
You know what I think happens? She has no idea. And she's just swinging the ring bell, right? And she clocks Williams and she clocks Lester Holt. And then she's like, I did the wrong thing. You know what I mean? I did the wrong thing, right? And then that's when Koppel power bombs her.
And then they grab the clippers and they both take turns shaving Williams, Holt, and Hoda. They shave Hoda too.
That's the end. You have to humiliate the woman for the big pop at the end. What a match. Jesus, what a match.
Classic. That's a classic.
That's an all-timer. An absolute all-fucking-timer. Man. I don't. The only thing that was missing would be Peter Jennings and Brokaw coming in to help. But they didn't need him. Maybe they celebrate with them at the end.
They didn't need him. They come in later. They come in later and they all do the click celebration. They all do the
Oh, and then Williams gets up. Williams and Holt get up to want to start shit, and then when Tom Brokaw just kind of does this to the crowd, and everyone starts cheering, and he reaches in, he pulls out the ceremonial salt and throws it in the face of both of them. Imagine that pop, Eddie. And then Jennings just double clotheslines them both out of the ring. Oh my God, forget it.
And they get down. They get up from the ring. They're on the apron now, and they get up and they look, and then they look at each other, and they both realize the other one's bald.
Right, and
they go
the humiliation. Why are we not booking this right now?
I don't know.
It's a goddamn shame. Anyway, Mike, what a ramble, huh? What a damned ramble. This was number 440. We need to come up with a title before we leave.
We do need a title.
But yes, thank you for tuning in. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. Subscribe to the Ramble. If you're in Texas, I'll be in Laredo this Friday night at the Laredo Selfie Museum doing a show at 9 o'clock. I'll be in Houston Saturday night at Bad Astronaut, 8 p.m. Get your tickets on my website, jerryrochacomedy.com. We love you all. Stay safe out there. Thank you for tuning in. Spread the word. Enjoy the music. And we'll see you Friday for a Daredevil recap episode.
Ooh, can't wait.
So there we go. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oof. Feel that beat. Should Wolverine be all their dads?
I think so. I think in some world that makes the most sense, that he's fathered all of the X-Men, even
Professor X. He's older, way old enough, more than old.
I think he's fathered Magneto. I think all of them.
That makes the most sense, to be honest. He's Scarlet Witch's grandfather.
Yeah. I think the only one older than him is Apocalypse. I think the lineage is Apocalypse, Wolverine, and then everybody else.
And Apocalypse, if you think Wolverine has a hard time getting pussy, there's no way Apocalypse. That's a huge struggle for that guy.
That's a